Shalom and welcome to Tumas Torah. This year's entitled the final shiur on making a mistake in davening tefillah. Summary of 8 cases. We have 8 cases where a person makes a mistake and he goes back. Number 1, Nun Tet in the Shulchan Aruch talks about Yotzei Ma'ora. You switch to Ma'arav Aravim or vice versa. They missed up the day and the night. If you do it, Tokdei Dibor. Case number 2, Kufiyud Gimel Morid HaGeshem. If you say Morid HaGeshem, Shulchan does not mention that you could go back. He just says you have to go back to Hagibot. Doesn't mean you could switch it right away. Some say, yeah, that's what he means. That's what he means. You have to go back to Hagibot. You can't switch on a dime because it's a klala. It's different than all the other cases. Just even there you can switch. Next case is in Kuf Yud Zayin, for Saint Halmata Levracha. There also, if you say Saint Halmata Levracha, the Sim Shal Shulchan you have to go back to the beginning of the bracha. The Biur Halacha does mention that if you'd switch it right away, and even possibly with a delay, that you wouldn't have to go back. Some differentiate between Morid HaGeshem is a curse during that time, and St. Thomas is just a silly request. It's a wrong request to ask for rain, but if you fixed it in the bracha, you don't have to go back. Then you have the case where Shlomo Arba says, what about Rafa'inu? Brachat Hashem, Rafei, Choba, Sar, Mafli, Lasso. You said that like Asi asked when you come out of the bathroom, they quickly switched to Rofei Cholim. He says, that's all right, talk to the Dibor. Moving on to Chelik Beit in the Mishnah Berurah, Reish Tet, you have the case of Bar Priya Guffin on a cup of water, you switch it right away, you're all right. The Mishnah Berurah there says, what about by benching? Benching the rice, it could be that's a little bit more complicated. You're supposed to say Hazana to Olam, instead you said Al Eitz Val Priya Eitz. Mishnah Berurah says it's a bit of a question what to do, what was your kavana, that requires its own discussion. Then going from there to Chelek Hey, Taf Pei Zayin is halacha of Pesach, Baruch Hashem, Mekadesh Yisrael, Vazmanim. Then you switch to Shabbos. So Mekadesh Shabbos, you switch. If you do talk to Dibor, it's all right. And then finally, you have another case, Taf Kuf Pei Beis, Hakel HaKadosh. If you're supposed to say Hamelach Kadosh, you quickly switch. So most times, when you switch right away, talk to Dibor, you're all right. And the discussion is specifically about Morid HaGeshem and Saint Halmata Levracha. That's where it's a whole new Lamdish discussion. And so to Pekas Mazon is the Doraita. The Mishnah Berurah brings down the Magen Avraham and others that say when it comes to Doraita switching, that could be a different sugya. Shalom.